Yeah, buddy, what is up? Welcome back to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am indeed the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And we are back, baby. It's the NFL season opener 2025. I can't believe it's finally here. It took forever and 3 days to get here, but it's here. I'm excited about it. I hope you are. I'm going to try and get through this show in time so we can actually see the kickoff this year. I don't want to miss a minute of the first game nor the last. So let's get into it. Let's get there quick. Let's rock and roll, baby. Before we get started, though, do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Here's a reason why. When we hit 300 subs this year, we're at 297. We need 3 subs is all we need to hit 300. We are giving away a Green Bay Packers jersey signed by Super Bowl I champion Marv Fleming. And if you don't believe me, there it is. It's right there. Signed, sealed, delivered. Okay? It is signed. It is authenticated. We got it. And it's somebody's as soon as we hit 300 subs this year. So we will be giving that away, probably giving away some other things. I'm excited about it. Anyway, you hear me say we, you only say me. So let's bring him on, our co-host galore. The co-host is like on every show now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Ag Man. How are you, brother? What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
I know. It's...
Sorry, my studio's a little crowded. I've got this big old thing in my way.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Oh, that is the championship
league trophy.
League champion from last year. That is why he's our guest host galore. Actually, he's on regardless anyway. But yes, Agman himself, he did it last year. He had not the perfect season, but a good enough season to where he brought home the championship.
I shared it with Dan.
Yes, that's right. We finally had an actual perfect week. We had a asterisk perfect week, season 2. Last season, we actually had some perfect weeks done by yourself and Dano, Lieutenant Dan, who's hopefully going to be in the comments tonight. Who knows? Anyway, dude, how you been? We're here. It's finally here. It took forever. I swear it took 3 years to get here. And we're finally here. The season is here tonight. In just under an hour is kickoff of the 2025 NFL season. Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Chills. I can't believe we actually said this.
You know, here we go. Let's just add this to it. Yes.
Yeah,
and
that season already kicked off, but we don't talk about that.
Whatever, that gets us excited. That's our alma mater, our college team, which we will have some shows this year for that. Last year we had some cat casts. We actually went, we took DTD on the road and got to interview one of the coaches for Montana State on the eve before the season, the team's first ever perfect season, 12-0, and we were there for it. That was awesome,
and
man.
He actually got a promotion, so he's even more of an important coach this year.
Yeah, he was like the safeties coach.
I still have his phone number.
Right? He was the safeties coach. Now he's like assistant coach,
he was the safeties
right?
coach. Now he's linebackers and like assistant head.
Sure,
something like that.
He's a big wig.
He's got a high up title. This year.
He's making more money. He got a promo after our interview. That's what did it. So Blaine Thompson in the comments. What is up, brother? Your Joe Mama is in the comments. Hey, what's up, Katie?
Hi, Mom.
By the way, we are a interactive show, so please throw yourself in the comments. Let us know you're here. We keep track of the comments as well as we can. I often get distracted. But when there's a good comment out there, we're absolutely, when there's good comment or when Gil the Goat shows up, regardless of what he comments.
Those are the same thing.
Yeah,
he always is a good comment.
Gil the Goat comment is always gold. Anyway, 3 G's for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. So how was your week? Sorry, I keep blabbing. I'm excited. If you can't tell, the NFL season's here. I've asked you, I think, 3 times now. How was your week? How's life? What's up?
Good. I mean, week's almost over. We got our Friday tomorrow. Ooh, my camera's just
well, hey, whatever.
Sorry. We had a short week because it was Labor Day weekend, so we are back in business on a 4-day week this week, and then a full 5 next. But it'll be good. It was a good week, not too bad. Things are getting rolling, so I think I'm off to a good year as far as school goes. First home football game for our high schools tomorrow, so I get to go back in the announcer's booth for that tomorrow night, which will be fun. But no, it's been a good year so far. I can't really complain.
Yeah, I mean, it just got started.
If I did.
So. For those who don't know, the Ag Man here is a teacher himself, educating, tomorrow's leaders, the leaders of tomorrow. And he's also
He's making this sound so much better than I would give myself credit for.
He's also the announcer for his football team, his school's football team's home games. There we go. Get it out, Lee. So we're talking to royalty here pretty much. And he's the guy who got us, like we said, that interview with the coach galore, who then got a promotion because of our interview with him. So that, man, I tell you what, so good. I'm glad your week is good. Yes, it is a short week. We had Monday off, and then I start the midnight train again on Saturday. So Mary told me, she said, why? I always complain that I don't get a weekend on the front end of it because I start literally Saturday night at midnight. So Saturday night, Sunday morning. So it's like you don't get a weekend at first. She's like, you should totally take Friday off so you kind of get a weekend. And I was like, wait, the NFL season starts Thursday. I could watch the whole game. And yes, so I took Friday off. 3-day week for me.
Heck yeah.
Getting a lot done at work this week. So anyway, here we are. Here they are. Rock and roll. Let's get to it so we can get to kick off. So what we do here, you want to tell the folks what we do? You're the league champion. Do you want to kind of tell what our show is? I may be the league
champion, but you're the guy who put all this together, well, so you know it more than I do.
I'll run it then. So what we do here is we pick every year. We have a team of 7 folks that picks every single NFL game, literally 280 picks or whatever it is. Every year we pick every single game. We track it. We track stats. We track standings. And there is a giant trophy that gets passed around. The Ag Man is the first.
Missing its plaques.
Well,
Dave.
yeah. We're working on it.
You were supposed to send those months ago.
Yeah, well, they'll get there. They're in the mail.
It still looks cool, though.
They're in the mail, man. I tell you, when the mail comes to your house, it takes a while to get there. So
it does.
You probably get them in November. Anyway, so we've got a team of 7 people, the Ducts, as we call them. 7 people that pick every single game. Like I said, we track the stats, all that good stuff. So I guess let's meet this year's 7 pickers so the folks know who we're talking about. Here they are. Surprise, surprise, you and I are 2 of the pickers. Happened to be first and second place last year, separated by 1 game. 282 picks, I think, was the total last year, because during the Super Bowl, we actually do the coin flip and we do over-under as well. So I think it was 282.
I think I went 3-0 on the Super Bowl this year, so I redeemed myself.
What won you the championship, because I was 1 game behind, literally. So, I mean, all those games, and it came down to 1 stinking game. That's how close it is at the end of the year. But, so Agman brought home the big trophy. There's myself. There's the first 2 in the line. We have the Lieutenant Dan. He's actually Lieutenant Colonel Dan, but it just sounds better when you say Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. He and I were in the military together once upon a time. I no longer am in the military, thus the gray beard. He still is in the military because he's that kind of guy. Then we've got Dave down there. Hey, my wife's in the comments. I'm Elba. Love you. Did you come? Yep. She came and retrieved the dogs. I don't know if we couldn't really see the dogs in the background anyway.
You might get a home invasion with the dog here soon anyway. Let's be honest.
There was a St. Bernard and a golden retriever in here at one point in time. I don't know if they made the camera or not. But anyway, bottom row there. That's Dave over on the left. Robbie. Carissa, Who's Carissa? Who's this new lady who's a picker of ours?
She is my girlfriend. She decided to say, I said, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And she said, sure.
She said yes.
I don't just mean relationship. I meant to the show.
But to the show, yeah. We haven't got that far yet. But and then Blake Balake is our 7th picker. And then you see we have down there the little logo. That's our Duct Tape Dynasty logo. So the way we do it, 7 pickers, it's an odd number on purpose. And the reason why is because with that, we can there's never a case where half of us pick one team and half pick the other. So we not only track our individual stats, but then we track what's called the lean. So every game, the closest it could be is 7-3, 4-3.
4-3.
4 people pick one team, 3 pick the other. You could never be 4-4. It's just mathematically impossible. So we're always leaning one way or another. And so we track those stats as well and let you know how we as a whole do. And actually, let me, this is a little bit out of order. I'm going to pull up last season's standings to give you an idea of how we track it. But first, I want to call attention to, we all have different colors around us. So Agman's in blue, I am in green, Lieutenant Dan in white. I mean, you see the rest of the colors there. Those are all corresponding. We have check marks that we put next to the game. So when we show the picks, you could tell who picked what team just by looking at it. And I put a little cheater chart on the side as well. So if you don't remember who's what color, you could just look and it'll tell you. But anyway, like I said, we track stats, and this was our stats for last year. Not too bad. Not too bad. Still in the 70% range for the top tier there, the podium, if you will. So I talked about the lean. The lean there is very top left. 72.1% is how we did overall last year. That is not bad when it comes to just picking.
No, I think that was only, because 2 games or something like that, we picked completely, like all of us picked wrong.
Yeah.
On like 4 or 5 games on the whole year, which that is a very small percentage on the amount of games played. So I think that's the only difference, is when we were all wrong.
Yeah. It
is the only reason we're behind the lean. None of us beat the lean this year. We're close. But
a lot of times we're tied with the lean. If you see those lines down there, that's the progression throughout the year of where we were. You see kind of swapping places there really all throughout the year. It's super close the whole year. And it came down to, Agman was 71.7%. I don't have the numbers as far as actual games. And then the next 2 people were tied at 71.4%, myself and Sierra. So, I mean, like I said, 282 games, and it still comes down to 1 game separating first, second, and third place. Is amazing. So, anyway, that's how we track it.
I see in the comments here, Blaine Thompson is in the comments. Thank you, Blaine. He said, heck, you guys do better than some of the ESPN guys. It's awesome. Yeah. We actually did better than Rich Eisen, which was a stat that you found last year.
Yes.
And that was great. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was surprising to see that who we compared ourselves. Well, when comparing ourselves to some other folks, it was surprising to see which of the actual paid pundits we beat. And it was, I mean, 70, there's not a lot when it comes to picking games above 70-something%. Like, it's really hard to get in the 80s, etc. So yeah, we did well. Now, granted, we don't reference the over under. I'm interested in doing that because, sports gambling is becoming such a big thing that, I think that would be attractive for some folks, is the straight up gambling perspective. But for now, we're just doing it straight up, just having fun amongst ourselves, seeing who can pick the most right. And, this is our 4th year now, right? I think 4th year.
Season, 4.
Because we had,
it's not 5. So yeah, it's season 4.
First season was you, me, Dave, and Wally. Then we had season with Bo. Then last year was with Sierra. So that's 3. And now we're in season 4. So
this is season 4.
Anyway, back to it. These are the new pickers for this year. Mixing it up and whatnot. So, every week we will go through the old games of the week, how we did last week. We'll show you the stats for all that, but obviously there weren't games last week, so we don't have anything to report as far as how we did last week. In fact, this is the last time right now that the season will be tied. We're all 0-0. We're all even right now. So it is a brand new game, brand new season. And there you go. That's kind of showing you how we will track the wins and losses. Let's see what else. Oh, another thing we do, which actually, why don't you tell the folks about it so I can shut up a little bit, is every week we have our on a roll players of the week. It's 4 players that we pick. Why don't you tell the folks what our on a roll is about?
Yeah, so it was a segment that was released or not released, but we brought it in season 2. It was a thought. I think it was between you, me, and then Bully just made it. He made it shine when we had him on the show. And we were just trying to like honor those that we think did really well in the week and kind of do some highlights of the players and whatnot. So we could, we were seeing all the other ESPN sports guys, to reference our comparisons, with stuff that they did. And we're like, hey, we can do our version. So naturally, on a roll, Duct Tape Dynasty. If you don't get the pun by now, look at the top left corner of the on a roll graphic.
There you go.
It's on a roll of duct tape equaling the honor roll. So for instance, I don't know what stats these were from. I think they were from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this was like, it says Jalen. Typically, we'd have a photo there, but this is just an example. So anyway,
and this Jalen Hurts, I'm assuming his Super Bowl ones.
Yep, that was his
or
Super
something
Bowl.
like that. I don't know. These were his stats. He won Super Bowl MVP, so he would have gotten our honor roll award for that game. We do it all throughout the season. We pick 4. We can do players. We can do coaches. We can do officials. We've done that before.
Yep.
We did a whole entire defense one time, and I still don't think
there's
won.
no rules.
But we can nominate anybody. Nominations can come from any of our 7 pickers, or if someone else says, hey, they did really well, we can say, sure, we'll throw them in. But it's really fun. It's kind of a fun way for us to look at the games in a different light. We can actually look at all of the games a little bit more than just looking at our teams, which were very Minnesota Vikings focused, and then San Diego, now currently LA Charger focused on the other side. We're really kind of those 2 teams with our group. So now it gives us a chance to look at all of the games and all the teams.
Yeah. And as we say, we're an interactive show. So when we take the 4 players of the week that we choose, we then put it out on Instagram and do a little poll that the people get to choose on. And then we report the winner during our show the next week. So tune in next week. You'll see the full show and how it goes. This is just we're filling time to get into really the only thing we have to talk about, which is our picks of the week. But like we said, it's interactive. So you guys are the participants as much as we are. We don't necessarily care about hearing ourselves talk. We just like doing this. We love football. And as far as you and I, we love building the graphics and stuff. So that's when I have fun. But Blaine, by the way, says bolt up. I do want to go back to our pickers here, the NFL crew. So until now, I've been the lone Charger fan, and literally
hell for it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Chargers always have sucked. But and by the way, Blaine has given me the old bolt up there in the comments, which brought me back to this. I have been the lone Charger fan for 4 years now. But now, late season literally added yesterday. Blake is a Chargers fan as well. So Agman, Dave, and Carissa would all be in the Vikings category for fandom. I was the lone Charger fan, as I said, but now I've got Blake. Dan was a Broncos or is a Broncos fan.
He's a Baker Mayfield fan.
Yeah, he loves Baker Mayfield. He does not. He is actually he's the commander of ROTC at Texas Tech right now, which is his alma mater. And so he hates Baker Mayfield. So
he's the president of the hate club.
Yeah,
for Baker Mayfield.
yes, definitely. So any chance we get, we tie him to Baker Mayfield. But we have a pretty good Broncos contingent in our watchers and participants. And then, like I said, the Vikings they've got the most overall. I think Robbie is a Green Bay fan, right? So yeah, it doesn't go too well with you.
On camera? That was
but now I've finally got another Charger fan out there. Hey, Walbert's in the comments. What is up, brother? Walbert is my father-in-law. How are you? You guys going to pick the new Vikings cheerleaders? Oh my God.
I'm pretending that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I should have put that on here.
Because they're not on the football team.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't make the honor roll for next week, because if they do, it was a pretty bad week. Anyway, whatever. Let's get to what we have really for this week, which is all we have. is our picks. So I talk about, we all pick the games, and we put up the graphic here, and here's our picks for this week. Like I said, they're color coordinated. So if you can't figure out whose color corresponds to what, there's the cheater code on the left. Anyway, yeah, so let's talk about a few of the games, and then let's rock and roll, because I want to see kickoff of the NFL season. I'm just excited to see. To watch football, for God's sakes. Anyway, tonight's game, it seems fairly cut and dry, especially with Dallas continuing to implode via the Jerry Jones. The
30-year-long machine that's finally starting to fall apart.
Yeah,
and everyone is seeing it, not just football fans seeing it. Everyone's seeing it.
Yes. So there's that documentary out there on Netflix, but I don't know if you've had a chance.
Just came out, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if you've had a chance.
I missed it. I haven't even finished quarterback yet.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, the Cowboys one is pretty good. But what happened is literally Jerry bought the Cowboys. He, assigns himself as the GM. They have success right away. Like they win
because
2
of the
Super
Herschel
Bowls.
Walker trade, another infamous thing Minnesota.
Oh yeah, yep. But so then I'm thinking he just convinced himself that he's God's gift to football at that point, and from then on he has not listened.
The 90s, he probably was like 80s, 90s, sure.
Well, ever since then, it's been terrible, and it continues to be worse and worse and worse. But he just won't listen to anybody because he thinks he's got it all figured out. I mean, he basically bought the Cowboys, and they won a Super Bowl. Like it was almost that quick, and so.
Right. He fired Tom Landry too. Like he made the entire football world upside down when he came in. And it worked, and now it's all upside down because it's not working.
Well, and then Jimmy Johnson comes in, wins 2 Super Bowls, and he fires Jimmy Johnson. It's like, come on, dude, what are you doing? Anyway, so it seems pretty cut and dry. I
will say, walking around Jerry's world though is pretty impressive. I went down a few years ago. It is pretty
awesome.
And down to Texas, and we walked around, some buddies and I, and it was impressive to see that, to say the least. So like. You're still taken aback by it, even though the team sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's very impressive. Their facilities down there and all that, but that's about it. Their football team most certainly is not impressive. So I want to know, does anybody out there actually think Dallas has a chance? I don't. I mean, they're going up against the Super Bowl champions. Granted, every year's different, but I mean, Philly, they were just so solid last year with the addition of Saquon, and I mean, they are on a roll.
They were quiet at the beginning of the year. No one thought the Eagles were going to be that good like the first 3-4 weeks, and then they came out of nowhere and were the best team in football. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
It was pretty awesome to watch. I like Jalen Hurts. I got to see him play out here at OU. I'm in Oklahoma, so. I get to go down, and I've seen Jalen Hurts play football and Kyler Murray play baseball. I watched a lot of Kyler Murray's baseball games. But anyway, and now both of them are in the NFL. I saw Baker Mayfield quite a few times. They had a good run there for 3 years. Anyway, but yeah, the Cowboys, I mean, I think that's cut and dry. I don't think anybody can make an honest argument that Dallas has any chance tonight.
I don't think so, unless it's Dallas diehards. Like Faithletic Dan might, but I don't think we will.
Actually, Faithletic Dan did pick the Cowboys. He has one of the greatest group chats that's out there. I used to be on a podcast called Faithletic with Dan and Kyle are the other 2 guys out there, and Dan is a diehard Dallas fan, and it has been brutal for him for 20-something years. Anyway, he is the most emotional. He's an emotional car crash during every Dallas game, and he literally just throws it all out in this text thread, and it's phenomenal. I wish I could publish it. It's just so fun to watch. It's one of my favorite things about the NFL season is when that text thread gets going. So literally game 1, day 1, I'm going to get, I can't wait to see what happens. So Philly should win this straight up, pretty easy. Kansas City and the Chargers going tomorrow night, and in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So NFL always doing some international games, and boy, they are showing that they're committed to that.
Year 2 of Brazil.
Yeah, year 2, but they're going week 1 this year. So I mean, it's impressive. My Chargers down there against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are always
your Chargers. You didn't pick them.
Yeah, well, because I'm a realist. So you see, okay, when we have one or two people that pick a team, we call it a flyer. It's a flyer pick. So this would Blake's pick there of the Chargers is most certainly a flyer pick, and I think he's showing us that he is a homer. So through and through. Now, until maybe this year, you've been the biggest homer out there. But Minnesota's, done well for you pretty much.
Kansas City has the power of a bunch of rings, and I'm not meaning the Super Bowl ones now.
Well, yeah, now Taylor's got a new ring. Yeah, there you go, right? All the puns. Sorry, I jumped on that. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
But, yeah, the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, I mean, it's America's couple, right? It's just
at this point they are.
Yeah, it is. So it's, you know what, I'm all for it, because Taylor Swift is an incredible singer, artist, whatever, and businesswoman as well. The show that she puts on, I'm honestly a little bit bummed that I never went to it. I could have gone down to Dallas. It's 3 hours away, and gone to see that Eras tour thing, because I think, I'm not comparing her to Michael Jackson, but the following and the performance, the hugeness of who she is as an artist right now is only, rivaled by Michael Jackson. And so it's almost like a historical event. So I'm kind of sad I didn't take the opportunity to go see it. But nonetheless, anyway, that's enough about Taylor Swift. We'll see plenty of her throughout the season. She's no doubt in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and will be shown probably more than most players. So, all right. I'm looking at some of the comments. Anyway, this seems like a straightforward one as well. We've got another flyer with your lady there on the Jets. Not sure where she's.
I don't know where she's going with that one.
What is her background as far as football knowledge? Are you bringing her into the game right now? Did she have a football following?
Knowledge is me, but we made our picks around the same time. We didn't make them together, but I made mine, and a few minutes later, she's like, "Oh yeah, she made hers."
Yep.
I don't know why she picked the Jets though, because she asked, she's like, "Are these teams, were they okay last year?" And I said, "Yeah, no, it's up to you, but I'll give you
yeah, I mean that's fine. It's
water,
not.
I'm not gonna have you pick that, but
well, obviously she
recommend.
She definitely
I didn't recommend the Jets, so who knows?
She definitely. I mean, that's proof that she made the picks. Because, that's I just wondered, did you maybe not get to the Jets in the whole explanation of football? Have you not got that far into football yet? Is that maybe
thought I did. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And then you got Robbie, who the reason he's pink is because he who finishes last gets the pink check mark. Robbie came in last year subbing for Wally and tanked Wally's season. I mean, an epic tanking of Wally's season. So Robbie's got a flyer there with the Colts. Not sure where he's going on that. I'm actually.
I mean, I feel like these ones that we say should be straightforward with teams that are kind of midfield and bottom and less. That could be a totally valid pick, though.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones versus concussion Tua.
Daniel Jones, dude.
Who knows, though?
Well, yeah, but
it's such a random pick. I'm not. Yeah,
it is.
I'm
Miami.
not saying it's the right pick because I didn't pick him, but
I mean,
it's just random.
Miami's not the. It's not the Eagles or the Chiefs by any means. So
no.
You're right. It's probably not as straightforward as the check marks suggest. But anyway, Robbie's out there on an island with the Colts. Who knows? That one might work out.
Starting his season off great. He's going to sink it now.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting
we love
strong.
You, Robbie. I know I give you a lot of crap, but
yeah,
we're happy you're
here. We got to have somebody to make fun of. And, well, his performance gives him plenty to be made fun of. So, anyway, let's see if there's a game of the week, and I'm not going to say it can't be your team because, I mean, Monday Night Football is always a game of the week. It's Monday Night Football.
We don't have any true lean definers, though. I think we're all 5-2 at the most.
Yeah, the closest we got is 5-2.
I think one that we might, like, I don't know. There's those middle three. So I'm not talking the Jacksonville, Carolina one. I'm not talking the cat fight. I'm talking the three in the middle at the very top. Maybe not the Washington, New York one. I think that one's pretty straightforward. We have the Rookie of the Year and a team that's rebuilding going against Jackson Dart.
Team that's been rebuilding for 30 years.
They cut Tommy DeVito, by the way. I don't know if
I
you
know,
saw that.
Man. That's dangerous. I wouldn't cut him. I mean, he's, anyway.
The one I think the Cardinals should take it. The Saints haven't been that great, but you never know. The Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati should have it, but you never know. Cleveland pulls out some random magic somewhere, and it could very easily be against Cincy because they start incredibly slow.
Do you think we
Cincinnati
see?
starts very
I think
slow.
we see Shedeur. Do we see Shedeur in that game?
No, it's Joe Flacco, but Shedeur is like number 2 or 3 on the depth chart now because they traded Kenny Pickett.
Yep. Where'd Kenny Pickett end up now?
5 QBs in their room. Where did he go? I don't remember.
Yeah. Whatever. He's
but
not.
I think the game that we should talk about in this middle row for sure, and then we'll get to Dan's Flyers and see what his analysis is, but I don't think he's in the comments to justify
No, he's not.
The one I want to talk about, though, is Vegas versus New England, because that one was honestly tough for me to pick.
Well, but it's not because they're both amazing teams. They're both so mid that it's like, well, we could go either way.
Right. And the over-under, I think New England is the favorite by a lot more than I thought they would. And I just don't see it. I mean, Mike Vrabel's the coach. They have some new fire underneath them. They've got Drake May coming in again, so that'll be good. So I can see why Riss picked that, and then Blake there with her. Blake, you're in the comments. Why did you pick New England? But I think Vegas is going to come out hot because they have a new...
him up with Blaine. So sorry, I didn't realize
they're both in there.
It was Blake. Okay, what's up, Blake? How are you, brother? Sorry about that. By the way, in the comments, let us know what you guys think is the game of the week. What game are you guys most excited about? Granted, it's got to be tonight because that's the first game of the season. But aside from that, what other games are you excited for? Sorry, I hijacked that.
No, you're good. I just think Geno, not a terrible QB. Pete Carroll coming back to NFL coaching after being gone for a year or two. That'll be interesting. But I think I picked Las Vegas for the simple fact that Max Crosby's on the defense.
Oh,
and
that
God. Man is a psychopath.
He is.
And he will come out firing.
He's a scary dude on the field. I would not want to be lined up, on the opposite side of the field from him, period. Really any NFL player for me, if I'm being honest. But Max Crosby would be one of the more terrifying ones out there. This, for me, picking the Patriots right now, picking the Patriots post Bill Belichick feels like picking
wishy-washy.
Alabama post Nick Saban. Like, Nick Saban left, and he's just, what are they now? They're obviously not anything like they used to be. And, I'm not saying Bill Belichick was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but he's
at North Carolina, and we saw how
that was terrible. But he's he's one of the most successful coaches ever, and the Patriots run there for however 20 years was historic, and he was the coach the entire time.
Most of my whole life was the Patriots dynasty.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs came along.
Yeah, the Chiefs are the new Patriots. Patrick Holmes is the new Tom Brady. Not comparing him to Tom Brady, but as far as
he's this generation's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, when he was in the NFL, he was far and away the everyone said the GOAT. of that time. Well, he's the GOAT period of all time now, but the new GOAT, if you will, has got to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't see, I mean, people could argue, you know, Joe Burrow, throw Josh Allen, throw Lamar in there.
Allen's more of the modern day Manning.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to,
not counting Arch.
Regarding just looking at the success that Mahomes has had, they're the closest thing to the Patriots as anybody.
They are. They've had 4 Super Bowls in the last 6 years.
Yeah, and won 3 of them. 2 of them. They won two of them. 3.
One of them.
Anyway, whatever. They go
whatever.
to the Super Bowl all the freaking time now. So you get it. You know what we're saying. So that's your kind of game of the week. As far for me, I guess, and I don't want to say the Sunday night or the Monday night game because, like I said, that's the only game on when those are happening.
Prime time for a reason.
Yeah, and so those are the obvious, picks for the games of the week. But to be honest, my game of the week would be that Baltimore-Buffalo game. And I know it's Sunday Night Football, but...
And that one I'm afraid of because Baltimore starts hot all the time, but I gave the advantage to the Bills because they're at home. And, I mean, Baltimore would have won the season opener last year if the cameras weren't as good. Like, that's literally what it was. Like, if you... Even looking back on it now, that toe like this...
Oh, yeah.
Was literally that.
Yep.
And I didn't see it at first until the super slow-mo instant replay. Like they almost won against Kansas City last year.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, what TV and all, the experience
the
that is brought
first
into
down
our
marker they're doing this year now.
Oh, finally. I wonder how much McAfee has had an impact on that. And I know we're all in on McAfee. We talk about it all the time. But seriously, McAfee right now is a sledgehammer for sports, period. All things football, especially. And it's
especially now that he's on College Game Day.
Yeah.
And it's Game Day without Lee Corso now.
I know. Jeez. But he, McAfee gets on there and starts preaching about, wait a second, these footballs have got a chip in them now. Why are we not using that? And then the very next year, we've got the virtual chains, and he's done a few other things where he said, why are we not doing this? And then they magically start doing it, and he's in the ear of everybody. He's got Goodell's number. He's got, everybody. He's McAfee. He's the hottest thing in sports punditry, if that's even a word right now. Anyway, so what else was I going to say? Oh, so the other question, and I know I want to be able to see the kickoff, so I'm wrapping this thing up now. The Lions Green Bay game, that's another good one. I know you hate Green Bay.
That'll be a good one.
But I mean, really, either of those teams is tough for you. But
it'll be interesting though because the Lions, at least through preseason, granted that's the future formers as we call them, we can't have any validity to it, but they don't look like they are going to have the same high-powered offense. But again, we don't know because Ben Johnson, their OC for the last 3 years, is now the head guy in Chicago.
Yeah, they lost both of their coordinators, right? Defensive and offensive coordinators.
Yeah, they only have Dan Campbell still, so we'll see how it goes. I have no idea.
There's definitely
I'm thinking
TBD
the team is
on
motivated enough; they'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Campbell has done great things there, and I love it. When, like we said, I mean, for a couple of years now, when the Lions are good, it's good for football. I saw a comment out there. Blake had something to say. Oh, yeah, he was looking at his pick for New England and Las Vegas, and like I said, he's a Chargers homer, it seems like, which I'm all about. I'm all about because I'm a Chargers realist. I have no faith. Sorry about it, Blake, but he says, he doesn't need the Raiders winning anything. So, and I agree, they don't need to win anything. Granted, I picked,
they cut Raiders our boy Tommy Millott, so I don't know if I even want to stick with that pick. But.
Yeah, Tommy got picked up though. Where did he's with the Saints now?
Practice squad for the Saints.
Yeah. So he's at least still playing football. And then, Monday Night Football, we've got your team, the Vikings, against the Caleb Williams, paint your nails Bears. I'm
shocked that this is game 1 because usually we play the Bears at Soldier Field and it's cold.
Yeah.
Like usually it's a December, January game, like it is when we go to Green Bay, but it's warm this year.
And I'm not going to lie to you, that's kind of a surprising, not so much Minnesota, but putting the Bears there as the first Monday night game of the year, that's kind of a surprising one. I'm surprised that it's not actually the Baltimore-Buffalo one, but I think that was the Monday night game last year or the first game of the year. I can't remember.
It was one of the first two, like the first few weeks. It was definitely one of the big games.
Yeah.
Because it was Baltimore, Kansas City to kick off the year last year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So
who knows?
Anyway, the other question I want to ask before we get out of here and go watch kickoff and the first game of the year, which, yeah, baby, yeah, we're finally there. So excited. The question I want to ask, and really anybody in the comments answer this as well. Who's in the Super Bowl this year? Who are your Super Bowl picks? And I've got to say, I want honesty. So if you're being honest, you can't pick your team anyway. But I'm going to mandate you can't pick your team. So we'll say it that way.
That's fair.
That way you don't have to feel bad about not picking your team.
But I wasn't going to pick them anyway. I do think Minnesota will do well because their weapons are nuts, but I'm not picking them anyhow.
Yep.
Bills AFC representation. Yep. I think they finally get over the hump.
Yep.
But
I agree. I'm there. Probably Philly.
I don't know if it could be Philly. I don't know if San Francisco decides to wake up and come back. I don't know if Detroit's going to make it, and then it's like a winless Super Bowl, but super exciting because it's that. Like, or do the Commanders come back this year?
Oh,
I don't know.
Way.
No,
they can't. They can't get there.
They were one step away last year.
That's true. That's true. They were so dang close. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the NFC is harder than the AFC is this time, and everyone usually said the AFC is tougher. I don't think that's the case anymore.
So it's I would say. Swapped. Sorry. Okay. So who is your other team? What's the one you pick there?
You know, if we're gonna go the safe option, which I will at this early in the season, I'll go Philadelphia, Buffalo.
Okay. Now I'd say, and I know this is cheating, but it's either Philly, Kansas City, one of those two versus Buffalo, or there's probably three out there, but say Buffalo, or sorry, I can't say that. Buffalo, Kansas City, or
there we go.
Yeah, Philly, Detroit, something.
I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Washington back there, though. Personally,
Blake says Buffalo, Washington, but Blaine is. So I've got a couple Chargers fans in the comments. I feel so good right now. Blaine is saying bolt up. That's all he's saying. So that's his pick for the Super Bowl, and I'm all for it. I'll leave it at that. So. Yeah, anyway, I was going to go Buffalo, Philly, but now that you said it, I didn't want to give the same. But honestly, that's probably my pick. Either that or, there's a good chance it's just a repeat of last year. And that's sad to say because that's always...
That's true, but it's so possible.
It's very, very possible. That's probably the most likely scenario right now. Given nobody's injured, nothing has happened yet. So just on paper going in, it's a very likely rematch. I mean, there's a good chance for that. So anyway, okay, I got to quit blabbing because kickoff either is happening or is about to happen. So
I think it's in about 10 minutes. We're getting close.
It's usually like 7:20, isn't it? Well, 6:20 your time.
I don't remember.
Whatever. Anyway, let's throw the socials up there. And then let's get the heck out of here. So what this is, folks, take a screenshot right here. This is our socials page. So the reason this is, I say take a screenshot, you can go back to your camera roll after the show. Just hold your thumb or pointer finger or whatever finger you want, really. Use a toe. I don't care. And just put it on one of those QR codes, and it'll take you to those locations. Obviously the YouTube one's the YouTube one. So the top three are all the Duct Tape Dynasty official accounts, which are run by myself. And then I kind of separated out the other one just so there's a delineator there. That is the Agmans. That is your Instagram account. That is, I mean, there's great content all throughout it, but usually we both try and post the polls out there when we're talking about the honor roll thing, but you are the one who you could. It's pretty guaranteed. It's always going to be on that one, and then I'm pretty good about getting it up on the other ones too. So, oh God, that sounded terrible. Anyway, sorry about it, but that's our kind of show. Yeah. Anyway, yes, sir. Trust and Harbaugh. Blaine. I love Herbert, but I don't have faith in Harbaugh. I'm sorry about it. I just don't. I want to. My dad loves him. My dad's a Chargers fan.
Took the Niners to a Super Bowl with a really weird team.
God, with Kaepernick. Anyway, all right, let's get the heck out of here. Let's go watch some football, baby. It's back. We're back. Rock and roll. Really, every Thursday now, all through the season. We're here. An hour before the kickoff of the Thursday night game is when we go. So whatever time that is.
We're competing for this.
Yeah.
If you want it, come and get it.
Yeah. Well, you're whatever. Congratulations, by the way. I don't think I ever said that last year. So anyway, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you. You guys are the absolute best. Let's get out of here. Let's go watch some football, baby. See ya.
Let's do it. See ya.